these are the steps to create a text entry option to mimic STAAR 2.0 question types by using a fill-in-the-blank question on new quizzes. So to get started, I'm going to click on the blue plus button and I'm going to select fill-in-the-blank as my question type. Within the fill-in-the-blank question, there is going to be 3 areas that we are going to add information to, but currently you only see 2. So the first area is going to be your question title. This is optional, but it's great to put your standard, your TEK, or your topic that your question is about, because we can always bank these questions and use them again in the future, and the title helps you quickly find exactly what you need and pull it into another quiz. The question stem is going to be the next box that you see, and inside of the question stem is where you are going to add the actual question that your students are going to be answering. Within a text entry question type, normally the word that students are going to be adding text to fill in that answer choice will be directly within the question stem. So the way that we can mimic this and how you're going to build this within new quizzes is that you're actually going to surround the word with backticks, which is a key on your keyboard, to indicate where students will fill in the answer. So to give you an example of this, I'm going to show you one example before I put an actual question in here. So I'm going to add that roses are, and I want the students to fill in the word red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the backtick key, which is the key to the left of number 1 on your keyboard. So I'm going to hit backtick, and then I'm going to type the correct answer, and then I'm going to surround it and put another backtick on the end of it. So you'll put a backtick before the word and right after, no spaces in between. What this will do is this will now open up to your answer down below. So this is that third spot that you're going to enter information for the auto grading and to make sure that your students' answers are correct. So since the word red is what I want my students to answer, this answer type, I'm going to keep it open entry from this drop-down list because I want my students to physically type the word red. Now next to this, I do have some options when it comes to text match. So it can just be that it contains the word red. It can be close enough, an exact match, specify, so you can put all the correct answers, or you can do regular expression match. It's totally up to you. Depending on the word size, some of the ones that I really like are close enough because you get this Levenshtein's distance, which you get to say how many letters it can be off, and you can ignore the spelling case. So this is a great one to use, but you can also do exact match or specify your correct answers. And for specify, you would just type out all the correct answers that you want the grader to automatically accept as a correct answer. So you do have options here as the educator or teacher for this quiz. So feel free to set this up how you would like. Since the word red is such a small word, I'm going to do exact match on this option. So again, this is how you're going to set up the fill in the blank, and I'm going to go ahead and click done just so I can show you a preview of what a student will see for this question type, and then I'll add an actual question from a STAAR released test. So on the student side, this is what they're going to see. They will see any text that you add, and then any word you surround with a backtick will now give you this type your answer box. And students will go ahead and use their keyboard to fill in their response. And they're able to type their answer in the box, and then they're able to hit submit or next to move on to the next question. So I'm going to go ahead and hit exit preview, and I'm going to go back into my question, click the pencil to edit this, and I'm going to add my information for a STAAR released question. So I have added my question, and now students are going to read this sentence, and then they are going to answer by telling us what word within this statement or this sentence in their reading best or provides the best clue that microbes are living things or they are alive. And then I have right here a text holder right now that just says add text entry here. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to put a backtick before the word and after the word, and this is how we're able to add that fill in the blank. So I'm going to hit the backtick key, which is to the left of number 1, and then I'm going to type the correct answer, which is digest. And then I'm going to hit the backtick key again, so surround the word, backtick before and after, and then you'll notice that down below I get my answer type. So I'm going to keep this as open entry, and then I'm going to switch this to exact match just to keep it similar to what students are going to be expected to do on the STAAR Redesign questions. And then down below you do have some other options such as have your calculator if this question needs that. You can align it to outcomes, and you can do item banking. Just as a frame of reference, so you do know for these types of questions for text entry, you can always add more than one fill in the blank question. So if the word alive, for instance, needed to be typed in also, I can always surround that word with backticks, and then you'll see down below, you'll get another box that you can put all your information into, and it can grade it also. So it just depends on how many words you surround with that backtick, and that is how you're going to have a fill in the blank option for your students. So again, I'm going to go ahead and click done and then go into preview mode so we can see this from a student perspective. And this is what a student will see. So again, they're given their directions. Here is that sentence that they're supposed to read. They're going to enter their answer in the box, and then down below they have type your answer box, and they can add what the word is to best answer this question.